Okay, so this is called the Cosmonaut Volkov Tomato. The name will be in the description. These tomatoes generally get a lot bigger, like a beefsteak. Unfortunately, my plant didn't develop correctly. It got hit with white mold and pretty much killed the plant. But I did manage to get one decent tomato. This is one of the tomatoes that the little rat in my greenhouse didn't get. So I grabbed it before he could get it, and I let it ripen. So today we're going to do a taste test. All right, this is a very nice looking tomato. An interesting looking inside on this thing. It looks like all your seed cores are on the outside. You can see plenty of wilding in the rind. Get you up close. See the wilding? There's a nice wilding in the rind. Some wilding in the center pulp. This tomato has been ripening now a lot longer than it should have. It's keeping its consistency. It's firm. It's not, didn't turn to mush. This has been hanging around for a while. This has been around for at least 4 or 5 days. Sun hitting it and everything. It's keeping its shape nice. Looks very juicy. No splits, no nothing. Very beautiful consistency on it. But this tomato is really meant to look more like a beefsteak tomato. I'm not sure why it just kept its round shape, but it really didn't form too many tomatoes because it died before it had a chance. But nevertheless, we can do a taste test on the small little one that I do have, and we'll see what it tastes like. Okay, so sweetness, I'm going to put the sweetness at about 20, 25 on the sweetness. Tangy, I'm going to put up there like somewhere around 35 on the tangy. And then everything in between is just neutral flavor and water, basically. Tomato flavor, if you want to call it that. But the tangy and the sweetness really balance pretty good in this tomato. It's a pretty nice tomato. I'm going to regrow it next year to get a better sized fruit from it so we can see if we can develop the flavor in that to its full potential. So let me finish this and we'll end the review. Okay, so the tangy, like I said, is hanging in there. Kind of lingers towards the back of your tongue a little bit. It's the kind of tanginess for us tomato lovers that when you eat that tomato, that tangy flavor draws you in for another bite, another bite. You can't just stop on one bite. This is one of these kind of tomatoes. It just brings that tangy flavor, draws you in a little deeper. Very delicious. This would probably be a good tomato to use to make tomato juice and add to your Bloody Marys. I would say this is probably good for sauce. I don't necessarily think you would want to take the seeds out of this if you're going to make a sauce with it. You're probably going to want the seeds. The skin, you're going to want to blanch it until you can get the skin off so you can get a good sauce that way. I tend to boil everything in a pot with the skins and all, and then I just go with my screen, and then I screen all of the solid out. You know, the shoulders and the skin and the parts that aren't going to break down in the sauce. I cook it for a while, and then I take it out that way. Yes, the skins do make it a little bitter if you don't take them off while you reduce your sauce, but that's just the way I do it, and it works pretty good. So for you people who are afraid to go off into these real weird tomato kinds and you want to kind of stay with something that's going to be beefsteak, regular type beefsteak, this is probably a good tomato for you to try. All right, so this is the Cosmonaut Volkov. All right, guys, and I will see you on the next one.